Well, here we go with the second half of PWI November Rain.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the last hurrah. This is the final PWI show. The smash hit Joel Bateman here with Paul Roberts to call the action.
Well, coming out to the ring, Rob Wolfe, so close on so many occasions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the last time we were in this building a couple of months ago, Rob Wolfe came within about a second and a half before being in the main event tonight, defending the PWI World Title, half a second away from knocking off the anarchist Alex Hayes.
Well, absolutely there, Joel. What a matchup both him and Alex Hayes had. Absolutely phenomenal, these two.
Last man standing, those guys went hell for leather, but the fact is that was one-on-one. Tonight it was a little bit different.
Well, this is one guy I haven't seen in action before, Joel, but making his way to the ring very shortly, Elliott Forbes.
Elliott Forbes, I have never seen this man wrestle live. He is a man without a leg. Ebenezer J. Klaus, he's been irregular for Pro Wrestling Ignition, is his manager and connoisseur. Isn't here tonight. Elliott Forbes on his own, taking a shot at his first interstate championship.
Well, representing WA, Elliott Forbes.
Southern Hemisphere Wrestling Alliance, fantastic promotion out of Perth. PWI has hosted a lot of schwa guys over the last 2 years. We've had Jared Slay, we have Mike Massive.
Mike Massive, one big individual.
For those of you playing at home, this is a fatal four-way match. 4 men, no tags. First pin or submission walks away with the title.
Oh, here we come, AJ Lucia.
AJ Lucia. This guy has been, in this match, one of the longest people in Pro Wrestling Ignition. He's always been at the top of the cards. He's always been at the top of the table. He is one of the most resilient, one of the competitors with the biggest hearts in Pro Wrestling Ignition. Rockin' entrance music too.
I've always said one of the best in South Australian wrestling is AJ Lucia.
I wouldn't say that's a stretch at all. A man formerly known as Just Josh Adams, had a couple of titles in South Australia. Always the most exciting man on any promotion he works on.
Here
comes the champ. Ladies and gentlemen, what can we say about this man? One man, if no other, has personified Pro Wrestling Ignition. He's had 2 championships. He was the inaugural world champion. Alex Hayes beat him by a couple of months to be the longest champion in PWI history. The first Australian champion, untouchable Nick Eclipse.
Well, as you've said it all there, Joel Bowman. Oh! Nick Eclipse just hits the back of AJ Lucia. This one's underway.
Ladies and gentlemen, underway for the PWI Australian Heavyweight title. Come on. We have tonight.
Forbes on the move!
From WA, Elliott Forbes, AJ Lucia, the cutback, Nick Eclipse, and accompanying him to the ring, Trent Rash.
Oh. Well, we can see Trent Rash getting involved with AJ Lucia. In the ring, we've got Rob Wolfe and Nick Eclipse.
Nick Eclipse has had this belt for a couple of months now. He won it back at the end of April. Like we said, Rob Wolfe just needs to grab the brass ring. He needs that one big win to really step up to the next level of PWI.
Well, we've seen Rob Wolfe over his time make improvement upon improvement. He's just leaps and bounds since joining the crew here at PWI. And I feel a bit unlucky not to be one-on-one with Nick Eclipse for this title this evening.
I think he can do very well one-on-one. Oh, lariat! Big lariat by the champion. As I was saying, I believe Rob Wolfe one-on-one would do very, very well against Eclipse. The fact is, we have AJ Lucia, arguably one of the better professional wrestlers in the PWI roster, and one of the star aces in
Well, back when Nick Eclipse was the PWI World Champion, AJ Lucia at the time, Just Josh, came on, I think about 2 or 3 occasions, just about took that championship off of Nick Eclipse.
Just Josh is the only man within the first 12 months of Pro Wrestling Lucia to actually pin Nick Eclipse's shoulders to the mat. The decision was later reversed, but the fact is it happened. AJ Lucia definitely has Nick Eclipse's number. Reversal. Eclipse takes a buckle.
Here comes Rob Wolfe. Big splash in the corner. Snap bears him over.
Here we go.
Big strike kick.
This is the combo for Rob Wolfe. Sliding lariat.
Goes in for the cover.
Rookie mistake there by Wolfe. He needs to hook the leg. There's no second chances in pro wrestling. There's no second chances in a fatal 4-way.
As you do yourself, Joel, you get that fist or the forearm in that face, push down and hook the leg. That's what you need to do if you're serious about making a pin.
Very true, Paul. Very true. Elliott Forbes is making no move.
Elliott Forbes discarding Nick Eclipse to the outside.
Elliott Forbes and Wolfe. Oh, Regal cutter by Forbes. It's the leg.
Well, they're obviously experienced there. We've seen it. Elliott Forbes hook the leg, but only the 2 count.
I don't know a lot about Elliott Forbes. I believe he's a jack of all trades. He can hang in very style of wrestling very, very well. There you see a corkscrew drop kick.
Oh, and AJ is able to break the pin there. Goes for his right hand. Sends him off the ropes.
Another avalanche splash by AJ Lucia.
Snap bears him over. Strike kick of his own. Oh, goes for a pin.
Only a 2 count. I don't believe Forbes is breaking the pin yet. But the big thing about this is it's not so much if you can put away the guy you're wrestling. The fact is there's 2 other guys who have the same goal.
Well, I was going to say maybe a disadvantage for Rob Wolfe being in a fatal 4-way.
Tilt-a-wall DDT, satellite DDT by AJ Lucia.
Oh, Nick Eclipse springboards Rob Wolfe into the steel post. But I was going to say this was the chance Rob Wolfe could actually pin AJ or Elliott Forbes and win that PWI Australian Championship.
That's a good point. This is the champion's disadvantage. Nick Eclipse is essentially fighting 3 guys. If Nick Eclipse doesn't have to be pinned to lose the title.
Oh, big suplex. That's the sort of stuff we've seen out of Nick Eclipse in the last 2 odd years at PWI. Holds the man upside down so the blood rushes to his head, then down with the suplex.
Nick Eclipse, again, jack of all trades, one of the hardest strikers on the PWI roster. He has a very strong super kick, he has a very strong lariat. The divine intervention, the diamond cutter, has worked well for him for the last 2 years. He's almost a complete package as a professional wrestler.
Well, you don't become the PWI World Champion and hold on to that title for nearly 12 months not knowing what you're doing inside that squared circle.
Very true, but unfortunately he's got the flash kick from AJ Lucia and a 2.
Just the 2. You can see Rob Wolfe trying to walk off that hit he took on that steel post in the corner.
I don't know if the camera can pick it up. I can see it from my vantage position. Rob Wolfe has an egg on the back of his head where he's either struck the post or struck the floor very recently.
Oh, splash from AJ in the corner. DDT. Beautiful.
This is what I mean. Forbes and Wolfe are both taken down right now. If there's any chance for AJ Lucia, it's right now. Oh. That's 2 and 99/100.
AJ Lucia nearly became the new PWI Australian champion. Kick to the midsection by AJ. Oh!
Famouser? I reckon that was a Famouser. I'm down with the Famouser. And Wolfe to break it up. This is what I'm talking about. You've got to make sure that the other 2 guys are taken out. You have to have eyes in the back of your head at all times.
Now we've got all 4 men in the ring. Elliott Forbes concentrating on Nick Eclipse.
Nick Eclipse is a big guy! That's a T-bone suplex!
Into the bridge cover.
Eclipse, I can't believe that. Nick Eclipse is, you know, a 100-kilo man. Elliott Forbes took him over like there was no problem with that Northern Lights at the bridge.
big knee by Rob Wolfe. The midsection of Elliott Forbes. Gets him back in that corner.
Takes him across the... Rob Wolfe, again, he's another one of these guys who is becoming an all-round wrestler. He's been working on his striking for a couple of months now.
I have to say, I'm quite impressed with this Elliott Forbes.
Forbes goes.
Up onto the second rope.
Is he thinking superplex?
It looks that way.
From the second story, where are we going?
Rob Wolfe looks like he's caught him. Pushes him off.
Wolfe is a very underrated high flyer. He likes to favour a leg drop, maybe a splash.
Oh, there's that leg drop. You called it, Joel. The leg drop goes for the cover.
Once again, I wasn't watching what was going on around him, and Nick Eclipse take that pin up with him. I believe it might have been a little low, actually.
So I have to say, Joel, did you and TJ get it all sorted out?
Look, I'll say this, Paul. TJ Starr is...
Absolutely phenomenal.
I'm not going to say one of the best female wrestlers in the country. I'm going to go as far as one of the best wrestlers in the country. She put me away 2 out of 3 falls tonight. I can't hear anything out of my left ear, so this headset's slightly dangerous. But, oh, cut up on Nick Eclipse. That's a divine intervention.
Oh,
neck breaker from Elliott Forbes.
Swinging neck breaker from Elliott Forbes. Now concentrates on Nick Eclipse. Absolutely phenomenal matchup between yourself and TJ here tonight.
Lucia Boy roll up. Oh, that's a submission. That's a version of an Anaconda Vice.
Will Nick Eclipse tap? Could Elliott Forbes take that PWI title and retire it in WA?
Well, that's the thing. Elliott Forbes wants to make an exclamation mark. He wants to take back the Schwar. He goes, I don't want to pin Rob Wolfe. I don't want to pin AJ Lucia. I want to pin the Australian champion. I want to make my mark. Oh! Wolfenstein! That's it! That's a flatliner from Wolfe! He hooks the leg!
The referee's hooked up with Nick Eclipse.
1, 2. 2?
2?
2? Rob Wolfe is on the... AJ Lucia and Nick Eclipse are both out of commission. Elliott Forbes in the ring.
You can see that Rob Wolfe not happy.
Swinging flatliner. That might do it.
Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. We have a new PWI Australian champion.
And new PWI heavyweight champion, Australian champion, Rob Wolfe.
Heavyweight champion.
Well, there we go. Rob Wolfe has finally done it here at PWI. He's managed to pick up the gold of the PWI Australian Championship. Nick Eclipse is not happy, throwing chairs at the ring. He was caught napping.